What's up guys, and welcome back to another episode of the Alolan DataDex with me, TheOneIntegral. Now last episode we covered one of the Guardian Pokemon, Tapu Lele, and I gave you a choice of 2 Ultra Beasts to cover. For today's episode I gave you the 2 UBO4s, Celesteela and Kartana, and Kartana came out on top. Not a huge margin, but still won, so that's who we're covering today. But of course we have next episode's Pokemon to choose before that, and it's going to be a fight, and we have a rematch, I suppose you could say. We have Lycanroc Midday, and we have Palossand. Now Lycanroc Midday lost out when we did the Lycanroc battle, but could it beat Palossand, or will you guys want to see Palossand covered more? Let me know what you want to see next episode down below by commenting Lycanroc or Palossand. But for now, let's jump in and cover UBO4 Blade. Kartana, or UBO4, is number 798 in the National Pokédex, the Drawn Sword Pokemon, and a Grass Steel type. It's only 1 foot or 0.3 meters tall, so it's the smallest Ultra Beast, and only weighs 0.2 pounds or 0.1 kilograms, so it's pretty small. And like the rest of the Ultra Beasts, is in the Undiscovered Egg group and is also genderless, and following on from that, does not evolve from or into any other Pokemon. Base stat wise, if we take a look, you can see its highest base stat is attack at 181, which is huge and pretty damn high. Then we have defense at 131, and moving further down we get into speed at 109, health points and special attack at 59, and then special defense at 31. So it's sort of just an amazingly huge glass cannon, very high attack, pretty good defense as well, but special defense being very low means that you get hit by a special attack, especially if it's a fire one, and you're pretty much gone. So really, good base stats, but not an all-round attacker, more of just a full-out sweeper. Ability-wise, of course, we have Beast Boost, which boosts the highest stat every time you knock out a Pokemon. So again, linking it with a sweeping there, you take one Pokemon out, boom, your attack goes up even higher, boom, your attack goes up even higher every time you do it. Absolutely great for sweeping. So the Grass Steel typing, it's pretty damn good. It resists a total of 9 types, which are normal, grass, water, electric, rock, psychic, dragon, steel and fairy, and only takes a quarter damage from grass type attacks. It's only weak to 2, fire and fighting, but of course fire is 4 times, so that's the only bad thing about this typing. But it also does have the immunity to poison, which is pretty good, and takes neutral from the last 6 types, flying, ground, bug, ghost, ice and dark. So I'd say it's a pretty good type, to be honest. Apart from the 4 times weakness to fire, it's pretty good. So basically just don't be any against fire types or any Pokemon that have fire type moves, and you're pretty much set there for physical defense at least. So what moves could you see yourself using with Kartana? Well, we're going to be looking at 2 sets to use, which are basically both all-out attacking sets. So the move pool is it's not necessarily a very small move pool, but in terms of the moves we'll be using for the sets, we have only a few. 2 level up moves rather. First up we have Night Slash at level 31. Dark type, 70 damage, pretty powerful, decent, good coverage as well. Obviously it's level 31, so you probably have to use a heart scale for that. But moving on, we then have a Stab, and that is Leaf Blade at level 43, base power 90. Basically what you want to use is your main attacking move, just boom, Leaf Blade, again and again and again, do a lot of damage, it's pretty good there. And we have 2 TMs. The first of those is TM67 Smart Strike, which is a fairly powerful steel type move. It's basically a steel aerial ace, which is pretty good, and that's again one of your stabs. Unfortunately, Kartana's one sort of lacking weakness in terms of overall is the moves. It doesn't get access to very powerful moves, and it doesn't get access to like those 120 base power moves or those really 100 base powers. It's only sort of 70, 90, 80 sort of thing. So that's the main letdown for Kartana, but you can still do some decent damage with these moves nonetheless. One final TM is Swords Dance at TM75, because of course, why not? You get a Swords Dance for your Kartana, you are just boom, you're gone. Completely, +2 attack, you'll be able to take anything out. Ish. And then one final move, so only actually 5 moves in total. One final move is Sacred Sword, which is a heart scale move. This is base power 90 again, so it's fighting, coverage basically, and of course why would it not get a Sacred Sword? It's a sword Pokemon. So yes, those are your 5 moves, 4 attacking moves and 1 Swords Dance move, so basically it's those 4, and then if you want to use Swords Dance you take one out basically. So we're going to look for the first one at a all-out attacking set. We have Swords Dance, Leaf Blade, Sacred Sword, and then Smart Strike or Night Slash. Beast Boost as the ability, of course, a Jolly Nature, a Life Orb as the held item, or you can go for Steelium Z or Fightinium Z, and we'll talk about that in a second. And then EV wise we have maximum attack and speed, because why the hell not, and then 4 in health points. So move wise, first here we have Swords Dance of course, we have Leaf Blade, and we have Sacred Sword. Leaf Blade is one of your stabs, Sacred Sword is the other powerful good coverage move, because obviously In terms of your stab typing, of grass steel, you have fighting types which don't really play ball with you, so steel types rather. So you have fighting type Sacred Sword for that there. The choice of Smart Strike or Night Slash is up to you. Smart Strike, of course, is a bit more powerful thanks to your stab, but Night Slash can, I guess, land critical hits more easily and has good coverage for ghost types, which of course Sacred Sword can't hit. Leaf Blade doesn't do extra damage to, so Night Slash might be a possible option there for you. We have a Jolly Nature, so we're fast, okay? Yes, we're good at attack, so we have very good attack basically, so we can just put a few more just in Jolly just to boost up a bit, a few more speed rather with Jolly, to basically make us faster because we want to get those attacks off, because there's no point if we got, you know, a billion attack if we aren't going to be outspeeding people, because then one special attack and that's Kartana gone. Held item wise is a bit interesting. We have Life Orb for just general power, but you can also use it with a Z Crystal. Now the idea here was with Steelium Z or Titanium Z, you can get a very powerful Smart Strike off if you're using that, or if you're using a Sacred Sword, just go straight for that. You could use a Grassium Z, but in terms of coverage and power, Grass isn't necessarily the best type, I suppose, so you could run anyone really. But the idea here is you get yourself a Z Crystal Leaf Blade off, or Z Crystal Sacred Sword off, and you go for the one-hit kill. You get that one-hit kill, you take him out, and thanks to the Jolly Nature, you will have higher speed than attack, which means you'll get a speed boost, which means you'll get faster, and then hopefully the next Pokemon that comes in, you'll outspeed them, you'll take them out too, then you'll just keep going, and of course the idea is to get Swords Dance up first, so if you can switch in on, say, a water type, Swords Dance that first turn, hope you outspeed the second turn and go for your completely powerful Z Crystal move, take them out in one, you got +2 attack, and now you've got +1 speed, and that speed will keep on ramping up the more Pokemon you take out. And that's how you really want to work that if you got a Z Crystal. If you're just running Life Orb, then of course just go for the Swords Dance and just hope you outspeed basically, whereas the Z Crystal can give you that one, basically, depending on the Pokemon of course, give you that one guaranteed one-hit kill and speed boost. That's the idea there. In terms of how you'd use the set, I sort of mentioned already, you go in for your Swords Dance. If you can't use a Swords Dance, you can go, unless they have, it depends on the enemy team of course, if they got someone that will outspeed you, you really want to go for that Swords Dance and then get that speed boost in one. But of course you could just go straight for the one-hit kill. If you, for example, you think they're going to switch in to their outspeeder, generally they're pretty frail, so you can go for your Z Crystal move right then, get that speed boost and proceed to sweep for the rest of the team. So yeah, that's pretty much how you'd use that set. The second one is pretty similar, apart from we got a Choice Scarf instead of another held item. The moveset wise is pretty similar: Leaf Blade, Sacred Sword, Night Slash, or Smart Strike. So basically just 4 attacking moves this time rather than Swords Dance as well. We have Beast Boost, we have an Adamant Edge this time. This is to give us an attack boost when we take out a Pokemon thanks to Beast Boost, and because we have Choice Scarf in terms of speed. Attack and speed obviously are max EVs, the last few health points. So the idea here is because Choice Scarf boosts your attack, boosts your speed rather enough, you don't really need any speed boosts from Beast Boost, so you can just use an Adamant Nature and go for those attack boosts. And because Choice Scarf, you're pretty fast already, Choice Scarf Kartana can outspeed most things, so you go in, you go for your one attack, whatever, hope to take them out, you get your attack boost, you're really fast, you have really high attack, you just boom, go for it. Of course you are choiced into whatever move you choose, so if you're going for the sweep, probably best not to use Sacred Sword, because that will be, completely resisted by any ghost types, so you might want to rethink that depending on the enemy's team of course. But yeah, that's the idea for the second set. It's pretty similar, except you just rely, instead of getting that speed boost to begin with, you get that attack boost to begin with, because you're already pretty speedy, and then you just, again, start sweeping through the enemy team. There's not a huge amount to Kartana. It's very sort of, this is how you use the Pokemon, use it for attacking and just going bomb ass and just completely just wipe the opponent, wipe the floor with the opponent. So really that's all there is, really. I'm not going to go too much into it. It's just a full-out attacking physical attacker. That's it. So, before we finish up the episode though, don't forget, if you haven't already voted for next episode's Pokemon, do so now. Comment like Canrock or Palisand down below in the comment section, and if the one of those votes gets the one with the most votes, that would be covered next episode, I suppose. Anyway, this is going to be it for me for today, so I shall be seeing you next time. Thank you for watching. Goodbye, my friends.